Oh, hello, everybody. Let us know if you can hear us. We're here with the protest against mass immigration in Dublin, walking down O'Connell Street here. This is the best that the radical leftists could muster up. You can see them over there outside the GPO. They've got their smoke bombs going off. When migrant rights are under attack, when Irish rights are under attack, stand up, fight back. Share this now and let us know you can hear me okay, please. Let me know you can hear me all right. How are you?
Harris, Harris, Harris! Ew, ew, ew! Harris, Harris, Harris! Ew, ew, ew!
Okay, so we're just at the front of the nationalist protest here. We're just going to get ahead of things. Sound is good, excellent. So I'm here with Tala independent candidate Suzanne Delany. Hello, Suzanne. Sporting her tricolour. Well done, good woman.
The radical lefties there are very well surrounded by the guards. I don't know if that's for their protection or our protection.
I'm sure it's for our protection.
They've a very small crowd compared to us.
They do, yeah. And you can be sure they've done all they can to organise that crowd as well. Whereas this is just normal people from all around the country just deciding to come and show up here. There's been no behind.
They were filmed during the week, recruiting people on the street to come today. Recruiting strangers on the street to come to their protest today.
Really, yeah. I think I saw a video about that.
No,
There you go, that's
Allen Media.
Yeah.
You like streaming?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so it'll be very hello there. You're fair play to you, good man, thank you. How are you doing, lads? How's it going? A lot of support there. You want to chat? How are you doing? Will you just tell us where you come from today and what do you do?
Neighbours of you, neighbours of you, I mean. I know I'm in Galway.
Galway, man.
Yeah.
There's a good crowd from Galway here.
I know I came up my own now. So
There looks to be a big crowd coming down now. We might go down and get a bit of a vantage point. Yeah, let's have a look over here at the radical leftists, the Socialist Party, the People Before Profit, the United Against Racism, the Forced Trade Union. That's basically what you have here.
No, there's not one Irish flag amongst a lot of them.
Not one Irish flag amongst a lot of them. Plenty of Palestinian flags. We'll go down here to see the crowd. So it'll be interesting to see what numbers are being reported. If anybody knows if it's been reported, let me know. We do have a drone with us, so we're going to be able to get a good idea if the numbers ourselves soon enough. Yeah, please like and share, everyone, if you can. How you doing? Wow, it's very, very loud here. How are you doing?
I know you very well. You're one of the good guys that's on the media very often. I've forgotten your name now. The Irish Inquiry. Great stuff, Stephen. I've seen all your videos. I'm from Dublin. Yeah, Dubliner. Yeah, I just made it down here today. I hope there's a good turnout. It looks to be. I was hoping for about 50,000, but maybe I was optimistic.
We take 10 for starters, will we?
Yeah, for starters. Yeah.
It's like being in Croke Park. The noise is deafening, isn't it? We're just at the very front of the protest. Here's another independent candidate running in the. Where are you running, Jeff? Ballymun, Finglas, Jeff Gallagher.
Hopefully, the general election, myself and yourself and Susie, we get in there and we take our country back.
There you go. Another good, decent, independent candidate. Consider voting for. Okay. Yeah, we'll go down here. Get a bit of a vantage point here. I think we're going to see quite a large crowd. Please give this a like and a share, folks, if you can. For everybody that couldn't make it to Dublin today, let's show them what's happening. Is that Mick, is it? Oh, good man. Good man. So we're just going to walk ahead here and try and get a bit of a vantage point, and we can see what numbers we have. Suzanne, initial impressions, it sounds very loud anyway. We haven't seen the extent of the crowd yet.
Yeah, I think there's a great turnout today. Everybody's very enthusiastic and in good spirits.
Even though the sun is not out, it's warm.
It's very warm, yeah. Thankfully, the rain is holding off for the moment. So we're just walking down towards the custom house now. We're going to stop here and try and get a shot of the crowd from up on a height so everybody can see as they pass. Hopefully there's a lot of people here today who, it's their first time coming to a protest. They realise just how bad things are and how bad things are going to get.
Just get up here.
You want over here for a photo, do you? You're looking at it. Come on over. No.
Here. Now, here we are. How you doing? You well? Good. Yourself? Sounds like a decent crowd.
It'd be better if there was another 250,000, maybe.
It would.
Somebody might listen to people then.
It would.
Unfortunately, even though things are bad, they have to get a lot worse before we see that happen.
Yeah, that's a fact, yeah. That's a fact.
People won't come out. Most people won't come out unless something is
And most
personally
people,
come
most
to
people
their
are
door and
afraid to
affected
be
them.
afraid to be identified as far right or whatever, you know.
We now are.
Newtown, eh? You're supposed to be from Newtown if you're a terrorist, eh? Oh, so look. Are you running in the EU?
No.
In the local?
Tala.
Oh, for Tala?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Suzanne Delany.
Oh, I've heard your name.
Thank you. What's your name?
Derek's my name. I'm from Tala as well. So.
Oh, right.
Come on, Derek. Okay, so this is the start of the protest. Let's see what sort of numbers. How are you doing? Please, everyone, give it a share. Try and get as many people as possible to see what's happening in Dublin today.
They can't say they didn't know. They can't say they didn't know.
Just remember, lads, if they want the war, they can have a fucking war. Okay? All right?
So we've been here for a couple of minutes. Still can't see the end of the protest up O'Connell Street. Still coming as far as I can see. Stick with us and give this a share if you can, folks, because when we get down to the Custom House, we're going to get a drone up in the air. We'll get a good idea of the crowd numbers then. Hopefully the rain holds off. If the rain comes, there's no drone, I'm afraid. So, as I said, I'm here with Suzanne Delany. Suzanne is speaking here today. She's one of the speakers. For anybody who's been following our new show, The Spin Bin, you might have noticed that we didn't do an episode this week, and that's because Suzanne was a little bit sick. She's
Very sick.
very sick. She had a very,
Lost my voice.
but you can still kind of hear that.
Yeah, yeah.
She's lost her voice. She's too busy giving out, and she
Yeah.
lost her voice.
You get sick from the stress of all of this, constantly worrying. I'm sure everybody is the same. Constantly worrying about our children and our country. It was a shocking week this week for migrant crime. Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable cases coming before the courts, which are always treated leniently. They said that there was a case before the courts this week where a Somalian man, they say he attempted to rape a woman. He did rape her, because if you read further down in the article, which they know most people don't do, he inserted his fingers inside her, and as she screamed, he said, "Why are you screaming? I'm saying please." And he came in on a fake passport, which he then destroyed. I believe it was a Swedish passport. And he had sought asylum in 2 different countries before that, one of them being the UK. But you know, we're not allowed to send them back to the UK because apparently it's not a safe country. I wonder why it's not safe anymore.
Yeah, yo! Yeah, boy!
Still no end in sight. I'm wondering, should we make our way down to the Customs House?
I think so, yeah, we don't want to get the crowd coming down there.
Yeah, it's a massive crowd. It's really a massive crowd. All right, let's make our way, will we?
Irish Inquiry.
Good man, how are you doing?
I'm finding your stuff.
Fair play, thank you.
Yeah.
Put your arm on me. Put your arm on me.
Prime Irish people.
Fellow Mayo people.
Ah, fair play to you. Fair play. Just want to have a chat? Ah, brilliant. Suzanne, what?
You're brilliant. Oh, no, not really.
All right, sorry. No, we're live here, sorry. How are you doing? Go on, Mayo. Go on, Mayo. There's some nice Mayo people.
traitors on the street who are looking at us like we're, I don't know if they're looking at us in admiration or not, but they should come and join us. They should know we're just regular people like them. And we're not against people who've come in here legally and work hard. That's not the problem. We're against this globalist plan of mass immigration, amongst other things they're doing. We're against the traitors in the Dáil and the traitors in the press who dare to call us terrorists when they're leaving our borders open to terrorists. I think I'm going to save my voice now for a while.
Yeah, we let Suzanne save her voice for a little while. So because Suzanne was sick this week, we didn't do an episode of the Spin Bin, but we had so much stuff to do. Like, there was just so much in the press this week. So much crap on RTE.
Fuck racing! You too,
There's a radical leftist just wrote.
Radical leftist.
Yeah. His comment was, by the way, very constructive. Fuck racism.
Fuck racism.
Yeah. Fuck racism hard.
Well, then maybe, what about the racism against the Irish people? That's what it is.
That doesn't count, Suzanne.
You're not allowed to be a white Christian, a white European Christian anymore. This is where it's going.
No. Oh, sorry. Yes, I wouldn't need the mic for that. We're just going to pass everybody out again, get down to the front where the speeches are going to take place. To untangle myself.
It was a very strange feeling today to be walking through the city centre. And, before we reached the crowd, we had our Irish flag. And a lot of people staring because you're carrying a flag. It should be normal for someone to be able to carry their flag, their national flag, in their own country. Right, I'm done.
For them, those cars are going to be sitting there for quite a while, I think. Let's see, can we see up? I think they're... How are the lads? Now, here we are. Somewhere. Maybe I could see if I could get up there.
Keep going down. Keep
Stephen.
Okay. Okay, just hang on with us there. I'm going to try and get a drone up here. If I can just get somebody to give me a quick hand.
Oh, what's the story, video, pal? Yeah, it's great to see you. Thousands and thousands. 5,000 plus. It's still coming down. And this is the way it should be. At every single time. Irish ways and Irish laws. Oh shit!
Oh, what's the crack, man?
Seen you in ages. You good, Mel?
Point the camera down a bit. You hold that.
You're heading around that way. Yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that. Don't know if you can see that at home, folks. Sorry, it's quite difficult to operate. I need a few extra hands here.
Would you help for him for a minute? Sorry, I've just left you holding my phone. Hey. Oh, you know.
Malachi's gone. Sorry. Malachi's gone to speak first.
No, are you speaking first? I don't. I need a shtick. Now, folks, quite difficult to see what was going on in that drone. But anyway, we'll concentrate on the speeches because they're going to start now in the next couple of minutes, I think. A lot of tricolours around today. Great to see. You speaking second? Someone saying in the comments there, no mainstream coverage of this. Is that the case? Has anybody heard the news today? I did tune in.
They're hanging around. They're hanging around, waiting for trouble to kick off, hoping trouble will kick off, in other words. Because it won't kick off. Everybody here is peaceful. We've always been peaceful. It's surprising we've been this peaceful, actually.
See if we can get in here on the stage. You want me? There we go.
When England's fatal corner rolling past, just the gallows tree is like a anyway, oh, say what oh, say what oh, the latest day challenge when we pass away. Oh, the talent like to see for our land. Oh,
That chant is Sinn Féin or traitors, in case you can't make it out. This is what the people think of the main opposition to government parties. Traitors.
Despite the fact that the number of people we had here in February. Although RTE, if they report it, will say there's half a dozen. Make sure all of the pictures you take today go out across social media. Get them out there everywhere. Make sure you share it all out across social media, nationally and internationally. In March, we showed this government what we call them by rejecting their 2 referendums. They're not even going to bother running the next one. On June the 7th, you will have an opportunity to say to this government what you think of them yet again. Make sure. Make sure that you vote nationalists right across this country. We need nationalists in every council in this country. We need nationalists elected in the 3 Dublin or the 3 Irish constituencies for Europe, where we will link up with other people of a like mind who are determined to stop the rot that's happening right throughout Europe. Most of the speakers you'll have here today are standing in the election in June. Every one of you should tie in with your local candidate. Give them a hand, whether it's folding leaflets, being on social media if you can't get out of the house, sticking leaflets indoors, knocking on doors, or even just telling your friends and your relations that these are the people to vote for. Now the first speaker is John in London. Followed by Suzanne Delany after that.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Suzanne Delany. I'm a mother of 2 small children and founder of the National Women's Council. Like the rest of you here today, I have come to the unfortunate realization that we've all been placed in an abusive relationship with the Irish government. Ireland holds a very special place in the heart and the imagination of the world. Ireland is more than just another European country. I can tell you from personal experience, having lived here for over 20 years, that the Irish are the most welcoming, funny, charming people you could ever meet anywhere. Irish people are not hate-filled realize that we are in grave danger. Mass immigration is one of the most pressing issues facing Ireland. We don't need a poll to see that Ireland is taking in far too many migrants. I visited Newtown, Mount Kennedy last week. I had the opportunity to meet the most lovely, brave people standing up against mass immigration to protect their communities. The Garda put up a barricade stopping these locals from walking down their own road. Locals have to go through a police checkpoint to go to and from their home. And the local GEA club has been blocked off by the Garda, so communities cannot even gather at the pitch for the Irish sport they love. What we witnessed in Newtown, Mount Kennedy, when the riot squad used brute force, batons, and pepper spray against peaceful protesters, this was a turning point for Irish people. There can be no doubt in anyone's mind that the state and their agents are hell-bent on mass immigration into our communities against the will of all your good decent people, and they will use whatever means they can to make this happen. We also witnessed on mainstream television that Irish people opposing mass immigration being referred to as terrorists. We can see the trajectory of where this is going, but they will fail. The fools. Have the Irish government not learned from history that repression breeds resistance? And I commend the people of Newtown. As the founder of a women's rights and child protection group, the National Women's Council, the evidence is so clear which is why it is so assiduously ignored. The stats speak volumes. In Sweden, foreign-born individuals represent a disproportionate percentage of rape convictions. And in Germany, foreigners are 12% of the population, yet 67% of violent gang rapes. This is not racism, these are facts. What is the call to action? We must stop the EU migration pact. It will further exacerbate Ireland's immigration crisis. Denmark and Ireland are the only two countries. I'm offline. Denmark and Ireland are the only two countries that have the legal right to opt out of these mass immigration policies. Opt out. I also call upon our Garda Síochána. Any Garda Síochána here? I had an opportunity to speak to two Garda at Newtown, Mount Kennedy. I read those Garda their oath. I reminded them that they must not be taking orders from a political party. So if there's any Garda here, you need to do your job. Taking orders is not good enough. And I'll wrap up in 2 minutes. I'm shaking lots off. I say to hell with the propagandists getting these so-called international obligations. We have more than paid our price. The last crisis we had was the banking collapse, where Irish people took 42% of the overall EU debt. We have more than paid our price. So you've all heard of the Irish way, but we're not dead yet. Far from it. Let's call for the great Irish awakening. So we have learned, and I'll wrap up by saying that the politicians are saying that the Irish people need to learn their lesson when they do this no-blame COVID you. But what I will say to those notorious Irish politicians that the Irish people learned one thing, and that is that you cannot have democracy without accountability. So here's a message loud and clear from this Irish government. We demand accountability for the mass we demand accountability for the mass immigration policies wreaking damage across the country. We demand accountability for the 40 billion euros you wasted during COVID when Sweden had no lockdowns. We demand accountability for the lives of our brothers and sisters who are injured or who continue to lose their lives prematurely arising from the abject failure of government policy.
Problems with the mic there, I think.
We demand accountability for the sexualization and the indoctrination of our innocent children. Children are being sexualized in state-sponsored child abuse in our schools, and please visit naturalwomen'scouncil.ie to see the campaign and the new series of story time for the Irish nanny so you can see what your children are being taught. And we demand accountability for the hundreds of Irish children who were sent across to the town of Stop to begin an irreversible puberty block with cross-sex hormones and mutilation surgery. And finally, we demand accountability for the secret attempts underway where this week on Wednesday, the Irish government are meeting to talk about the anti-democratic WHO treaty where they plan to sign away our freedom and sovereignty to the unelected body. And if you're unhappy with immigration, let me tell you the WHO treaty includes health, immigration, education, food, farming, agriculture, climate, every aspect of life on earth. We're not hearing about that, and this is the loudest noise we need to make against the WHO treaty.
I'm here trying to get Derek anyway. So.
Cool. Excellent.
I'll watch your stuff in time, man.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you. So here's Suzanne Delany.
Suzanne Delany.
Can everybody hear me? Because I've lost my voice. Can you hear me? Yeah? That's a hard speech to follow. I'll do my best. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. I have a question for you all. Do I look like a terrorist to any of you? Last year, it was reported in a British newspaper, not an Irish one, that Gardaí are increasingly concerned about to 100 Muslim prayer houses, which they believe are being infiltrated by radicals, and yet the establishment threatens to jail us as terrorists for up to 20 years during free courts because we're concerned about open borders that are inviting terrorists into this country. Meanwhile, a migrant van this week who threatened to bomb a guard station and bring down all the people of Ireland is called a Kerry man. What a joke! What a joke! Those who call us terrorists think they're better than us. And I'm here to defend our children, but I just want to say this because the lie has to be called out. They think they're better than us because they say they care about migrants. They support child trafficking. They support migrant children vanishing. And rampant prostitution in every single town in this country. These communists, anti-capitalists support migrant children being sourced to profit for greedy landlords. They support them being put into the most dysfunctional places, sometimes fire hazard buildings that we know is wrong. And they cry about smugglers getting rich because migrants are dying of both. None of that would be happening if our borders were controlled. And why are they in their areas if they care so much?
When illegal migrants,
Can you hear me? Yeah. Sorry, I'm speaking this mic here. When illegal migrants rocked up to Haddington Road, Kitty Holland, the so-called journalist, with earnest sympathy for the locals, stated that they needed to remove the men so that their tenants would bring the communion home the following day. The same Kitty Holland referred to Ashley Murphy's boyfriend viewed in his victim impact statement about his murdered girlfriend as far right. Simon Harris said quiet protesters disrupted this kid's bedtime routine as he destroyed his children's homeland. Thanks to Simon, when I venture outside with my child, I'm fraught with anxiety every moment of every day. In my home, I don't feel safe. But when I drop my child in school, I say prayers for her protection that she will be safe. I know that when she's older, I won't be able to stop her from going out alone, and I dread this. Instead of looking forward to her being independent or enjoying her childhood, I'm scared. And I believe when she's 18, she'll leave this place and she'll never ever come back. And all your children will probably leave too. There's people who are legally and respectfully integrate, but there's those who disrespect us because they're given carte blanche to do so. As well as the man who threatened to bomb the Killarney guard station, we have newly arrived men on the canal saying with defiance that they're Irish. And the mayor of Derry sounded affronted when she insisted African culture has helped build this society. That African culture has been erased from Irish history. This woman has been afforded a position of privilege because of the people of Derry and is actually victimised when she is doing what is the ultimate in cultural appropriation. Well, if she doesn't like it, there's an Irish saying, get the bleeding vote! This behaviour, she doesn't care about her fellow migrants, let alone us. Goes with her attitude, teach her kids to say, I don't like white people except for you, which actually happened to my child a few weeks ago at school. And a Muslim man last year asked me to get off the footpath in my own community. The press are here, I'm sure, are waiting for soundbite. And then I said to you, you put your finger up. But now the whole country is fighting right back at you. You are an enemy of the people, and you disrespect us, and you will feel that how you do. And lastly, can I just say something about our history? Let me say something about remembrance, seeing as we met at the Garden of Remembrance today. It's time to recall who we are. To hear the call of our ancestors, the powers that be know we have a strong spiritual connection to them, and it frightens them, because our legends, poetry and song tell time and again how we rose up against the records who tried to banish us. Since what happened to, I won't keep you too much longer. Since what happened to Ashley Murphy, I thought about how her name means dream or vision, and I'd like to say just a little bit about that before I finish, in memory of Ashley Murphy and others like her. Ashley Ashling was the living embodiment of a beautiful Irish flame. He was destroyed by the antithesis of worthless human incarnation of an evil nightmare that was allowed into this country. Before Ashling ever became a name that was chosen for Irish girls, it was a term referring to a form of Irish poetry known as an Ashling, funnily enough. These poems are recited today through traditional song, and it was a fitting name for a girl who loved to play the music of her homeland, and a name carefully chosen by her loving parents. In these Ashling poems, the country of Ireland appeared in the form of a captivating heavenly woman who called for the people to rise. The despairing goddess Erin often appeared and promised to protect her children, driving the enemy from the land, and it is said Ireland will be saved and filled with singing birds in all the branches. Seamus Heaney wrote an Ashling poem called The Disappearing Lands, and he described Ireland breaking like a wave and being at the point of death. At the Garden of Remembrance, he finds more redemptive outcomes of Ireland's struggles on the wall of the Garden of Remembrance. There, an Ashling poem is described beneath the children of Lear, and it includes the words, "In darkness and despair we saw a vision. In the winter of bondage we saw a vision, and the river of resurrection flowed from it." I like to think of those words and that they foretell our success in this battle that we're facing. We simply must win, and if we don't, our children will fall just like the children on that statue of Garden of Remembrance, who are trapped there in stone, making their downward descent towards the ground. I wonder now, will that statue even be here in 100 years? And with that, I ask you to stand up and ensure the survival of not just your children, but also Irishness and all that it means to be so. They are protest every Monday and Thursday outside St. John's House between 6 and 8. And the protest is actually tomorrow because the protest today between 6 and 8 outside St. John's House. Thanks very much for listening.
The next couple of speakers will be the number of political parties that are here today. The first one will be Herman Kelly, Ben Gilroy, followed by Derek Floyd, followed by Patrick Finlan from IFT. Sorry, from NT. And they assure me that there'll be short speeches.
We're about to Mulligan. Good afternoon, Ireland. You've turned up. You know, at the start of the state 100 years ago, you used to say it's been a fall, been a gale in all these parties. You used to have political dynasties. But what they have now, what do we have now 100 years after? Political discipline. 5 years ago, when we started off the Irish Freedom Party, 12% of the Irish the population in the south of Ireland, 26 counties, where they say officially non-national. Within 5 years, it's now officially 22%. So you may have seen an article in Grit there 2 weeks ago that if the rate of income, the rate of immigration continues at that rate, by 2050, Irish people will be a minority in our own country. Were you ever asked to be a minority in your own country? Have you ever consented to be colonized? Have you ever consented that the majority of your laws be made elsewhere? Will you ever consent that your borders were to be wide open and for all intents and purposes you have no country? Were you happy that your country is being handed over to foreigners and you become a minority? So what we have to do is that political class, wait, build it. The political class in charge of our country at the minute, those who have taken power by the ballot box, we've got it. Thank you. Replace them before they replace us. Yes, damn right. 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 All these Peter Ball, Peter Gale, Sinn Féin, people like that, the Irish, all of them, the Irish left Wafa. They have destroyed, they formed, culturally formed our country into oblivion. We have been colonized three different ways. Demographically, we're on the way to being a minority, and we never consented that. Economically, we've now given up control of our own currency. Our interest rates are set for the good by the ECB of France and Germany and by the euro currency. And of course, the EU, our colonial masters. Exactly. Fishing waters for 50 years. We've imposed 64 billion bank debt on the Irish people. And not only economically, demographically, and legally. Irish law, no. In matters of EU competence, EU law is superior to Irish law, Irish constitution, and Irish Supreme Court. We never colonized, we never consented to be colonized. The man and woman of 1960 never consented, never lie down and be colonized by anybody. This is Ireland. Ireland belongs to the Irish people. We're in it, like, let's be honest. Let's be deadly honest with ourselves. Ireland is in a very bad way. People, we've lost control of our nation state through their laws, loss of our language, cultural identity, loss of our religion, all the markers we never identified as white people with Britain because they were different in religion and different in nationality. So what we want, the Irish nation has existed for a very, very long, think of it, all you here, all the Irish people here, just since the plantation of Ulster, 400 years, it has taken 4,000 parents, great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents that you, as an individual, exist and are here today because of 4,000 people before you have struggled, have worked, and have laboured, and have loved, and have gone through pain that you defeat. So we will never give. I sound like somebody there. A better one. We will never give up. We will never give up control of our country. We're going to take control of Ireland back from our pastors. What we need to do, not just talk about it, not just rally from the street. And this is important. These useless politicians in the north, those who control the laws which have corrupted and bankrupted our country, they are there because they're voted in. We have to be smart. We have, how many people here? Hands up if you're registered to vote. Hands up. That's pretty good. Okay. David Shane, hands up if you're not registered to vote. Very good. Everybody, not only yourselves, your family, your friends, your neighbours, tell them all, get registered to vote. You've seen in that referendum, that last referendum in March was a wake-up call for the government that we can take back power by the ballot box. We can take the useless, conservative traitors. We're going to take them in the ballot box. I'm running. There's a number of Irish Freedom Party candidates are running. other nationalist candidates. Thank you. I love that. We've put forward 24 local election candidates, 3 European candidates. Just a quick note for myself, Molly. I'm running as an MEP candidate in the Midlands Northwest. After this, I'll be down there in the corner. Everybody from the Midlands West, which is the north of the country, I'll give you 100 leaflets on what you have to around your neighbours and tell them Henry Kelly loves them. And then he wants a bit of love come to in the 7th. I know what you're doing there, Melanie. I ask everybody, it's very crucially important, everybody get registered, everybody speak to their neighbours, their family, their friends, get people motivated. We can take this country back from those who are traitors. And we know this government are traitors, except they are traitors. And only trust people who've been in this for some time. Well, we have Dermot Conneran who's running in Ireland. We've people like Malachy Steenson who's running in Dublin. We've got Philip Dwyer who's running in Dublin. People have been at this when the going was tough, not the fit. Okay, thank you.
Sound check one, that's fine.
Hola.
Good night, folks. It's there you go, folks. It's great to see such a large turnout today. Good too. And I know there's people here from Newtown, Mount Kennedy. And I want to say hello to you all. Yes.
Problems with the mic here.
Oh, the mic. Fix the mic. Not working. Not working.
Testing. So just to the people.
No. Anyone
So, folks, I just was saying to the people of Newtown, Mount Kennedy, a big round of applause. You stood strong in the face of guarded brutality, trying to save your community. Well done to you all. Folks, I want to say one thing, and I want to make it very clear. This government does not serve us. It only serves itself and the WEF globalists. And be clear on this, their immigration policy is not incompetence. This is a plan. They're flooding our lands with cheap labour to drive up housing prices while our children can barely afford to scrape by. It's all about greed. They want us divided and dependent on them and to be easily controlled. Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael and the Greens are all complicit in this betrayal of Ireland. The Greens, blinded by their own stupidity, prattle on about 15-minute cities and culling cows because they fart. Green Party members fart also. I think we should call them at the next election. And Sinn Féin, the so-called Republican Party. They have the audacity to label us as far right. But today, far right means something entirely different. It means loving your mother, honoring your wife, standing up for the sanctity of womanhood. It means protecting our children from the filth of indoctrination and preserving female spaces for females. If that is far right, count me in and count yourselves in. Remember, they are not incompetent. They're doing the Global 2030 plan. They wear their little coloured badges. You'll see them with them. Know your traitors. So how do we fix it? We fix it. Yes, as well, yes. People as old as me may remember there used to be an ad on TV called Double Diamond. 1, 2. So people, you may remember there was a beer called Double Diamond. Well, I have the 3 Ds that will solve the problem. Detect, detain, and deport. So we do what we do best by standing together and voting with conviction and never relent until we have purged our lands of these traitors. They tried to dismantle the family unit in the referendum elections, but we gave them a very clear message by rejecting their woke nonsense. And mark my words, we will show them again in the local elections and ultimately in the general elections and put them in the bin of history where they belong. So the time for action is now. Let's rise together. Let's claim our sovereignty and let's build a future worthy of our children's dreams. Together we will prevail.
Hold on.
All right, Dublin! Many of you saw a video that I put out the other day. There was a young boy in Cork, he was attacked. Last night I spent 20 minutes talking to his father, who cried for the entire phone call. He said he doesn't know what to do. He said his son, who always gave him a hug at night, who always told him he loved him and his man every night, he hasn't looked him in the eye for 2 days. It's absolutely heartbreaking what that man told me last night. He said he does not know how to handle this. You know, and I shared the photograph and the name of the man that attacked his son this morning. He was a Ukrainian man who was supposed to be fighting in his own country, for his own country. But instead, he's over in my country, raping our children. Some people criticize me for putting his face and his name on the internet because it might jeopardize the case. This is the same judicial system. Helen McEntee and Drew Harris, who sent the IUC here today with their buttons to threaten us. We have a chance. We have a chance to push back against this next month. We've got a really significant chance of taking back control of our country. There are men and women standing for election locally and for European elections. There's one here on the microphone. I'm standing in my local Fermoy. I'm standing for European elections. Philip Boyle is up in the steps here. Philip has led the charge since day one. Since day one, and Philip, he's down here live streaming. He's not bursting to get on this microphone, but you know what he has to say, because he's said it all already. He doesn't need to say anything else. And he only tells the truth. Exactly, and he only tells the truth. He's running in Dublin for Europe. He's also running in Tala, and Margaret McGuire is running in the Northwest. I'm asking you to speak to your friends, your family, your work colleagues. Make sure they register to vote and make sure they get out on June 7th and vote the right way. Send me to Europe. Put Philip beside me and put Margaret on the other side. But I promise you, they will never have heard three voices like they will hear in June then. Thank you very, very much. And thank you all again soon.
It's true, it set you free.
But it's all right anyway, because me and other people up here like me will happily stand in front of anyone and declare to them and the whole world that for anyone to witness, Ireland belongs to the Irish people. And we're going fucking nowhere! Ireland is ours! On that note, folks, it's great to see a massive crowd of people here today, coming out in our thousands. Tricolours everywhere, Irish patriots, Irish nationalists everywhere. Fair play. In particular, I want to say thanks to Kulok Says No. The Nicholas Says No. The Tana Says No. And to the ladies, this isn't something to clap about. These are areas that have stood up in the face of these globalists, Marxists, socialists, who want to sell Ireland down to the highest bidder and take our towns, our villages, and softy to plant them. Newtown, New Kennedy, one and all. You have my support fully. You have the National Party support fully. But anyway, I'll get into the talk. The Irish people have been completely let down by the leaders. The scale of this betrayal
is unprecedented. Our ruling elite seems to be serving the interests of global capital rather than the needs of their own people. These high-priced politicians have taken away the Irish people's way of life, our land and our pride. But be proud to be Irish. Be proud of the land that you've inherited. The blood coursing through your veins is yours and no one else. That's a fact. Give that man a point. We may find ourselves powerless, unable to control our own lives. Our place in the world is being diminished in front of our eyes. Our national spirit is fading, so they tell us. They reckon what once was ours has been taken away from us and handed over to foreign interests unchallenged. What we once cherished, they suppose, what we once cherished is now mocked and belittled by those who perpetuate this crime against their people and against their nation. But as Pearse said, and as the National Party stands and asserts, you cannot conquer Ireland. You cannot conquer the Irish people.
Before we have some of the local who will give a small speech each. It's fabulous to see such a huge crowd again here today, despite all the obstacles. When you look around here, you see our tricolour which we took back from the sailors. It's our flag, and it's our republic. And we won't let them destroy it as they've done for the past over 100 years. Every day we hear of another scandal or another shocking event. This week there was a child snatched out in our pram from outside a house in Sheriff Street. We're not allowed to be told who done it because it might cause a problem. Last year 3 children were stabbed. In Sligo 2 men had their heads chopped off. In Dundalk, a man was knifed to death. Ashling Murphy was strangled and starved. What has the political and NGO class done about it? They supported and protected those who did it and encouraged more of them to come in. But let's be very careful. You can watch the change in tactics by the state government this week and last week. They're trying to play on the old prejudices against the British government. They're trying to get us to blame the Brits for the immigration problem in this country. The British government are doing what the Irish government should be doing. And instead of saying and pretending that by changing the law here to say that the UK is a safe country, that somehow all these people will miraculously disappear. Nonsense. What they should be doing and saying to Richie Sunak is when your plane takes off from whatever air base in England, keep a few seats on it, land them back on down, and we'll fill up the rest. This week again we found out that the guy who brought that case to the High Court, funded by NGOs that you pay for, to say that it wasn't safe for him to go back to the UK because they might send him to Rwanda. It's more likely that it wasn't safe to send him back because he was a sex offender. Helen McEntee knew that and refused to put him on the offenders register. They don't care. When we said in November 2022 that people were coming in, they're from the UK, having lived there for years. We were called liars, we were called fake information, and everything else that they said about it. We were right then, and we're right now. But don't accept their figures of 90% coming from the UK. Because that would imply that there's nobody coming from anywhere else. They moved on the people from Mount Street in a PR exercise. The next day, they went to Dublin. They were quickly moved on from there. So it seems that the refugees are a welcome brigade who could only muster probably 100 people today. They're probably over the 50. Soon dispatched them from Paul's Bridge. So it seems refugees are welcome here, but not in D4. And if you look right around the country, it's working class communities that this has been foisted on. They said last week they want to buy up every property they can to house, not our own homeless people, which is now 14,000 at the very least. They want to house people who are not even in the country yet. You have an opportunity in June to begin that change. The people in Newtown and Kennedy saw the right and the intentions of this state last week. When the public order unit under our new commander, Jim Harris, named his trap well with the IUC, and he learned it from his father when he was beating people off the street and off the bridge in Portella in 1969. And look where that led. We are the risen people. We represent the majority of people on this island. And we have it within our power to change this society forever. And if we don't take that opportunity in June, well then, it's over. Don't come back whinging and saying, we should have done something. Get out in June and make that change. Everybody that's here today has shown that they're prepared to stand up and do something about it. The people here behind me, the people who've spoken today, the people in your own communities who are standing right across this country, who have put their heads above the parapet, risk their jobs, risk their livelihood, risk them being, their families being reported to Tuesday, and everything else that this state can throw at them. You owe it to them. You owe it to your children and your grandchildren to take our nation back. And before I close on to the final speech, I want to thank everybody who came here today. I want to thank particularly the people from Newtown and Kennedy who stand with us. The people from every county in this country who are here today in a national protest to say, this is our country and we're taking it. Now the next speakers, and they'll introduce themselves, I'll just name them all in this order. Dublin Pepper, Brandon Jason, Jess Gallagher, Brian Garrigan, Michael Bork, and Melissa O'Neill. And after that, we'll finish up with the national.
How is everybody? Right. We all know why we're here. Everybody knows why we're here. Because we're here for our families and the future of this country. And there's no second chances on it. What happened in Chernobyl should have been a message to the world. Simon Harris doesn't care who's outside your door. He only cares who's outside his door. They don't give a toss in this country about it. Sinn Féin sold us down the river. They're traitors. That's all they are. Every single leader, an opposition party in the door, this new independent party, jumping on the bandwagon and now saying Ireland's not good. Hashtag Ireland is good. about it. Here people come first. Here kids come first. You look up at the tents on Ball's Bridge. It's sad to see, but there's no room, so send them home. We have homeless Irish people. Send them home. 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 I just want to say, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have decided to run an election. But I am from the country, right? And that's what it's for. Because it's gone to the dogs with the people in the dog that want to leave test you for the medical card, but give it to a fighting up for free. You're the ones struggling to make ends meet every week. And all they say is it's a housing crisis. It's an immigration crisis. When you fix immigration, you fix Ireland. We have our own problems here. We don't need to import a third world. That brings me to the next thing. This goes from the top down, and I'm not afraid to call them out. There's another scumbag in this country, and he needs to resign. It's Judge Martin Nolan. He's supported by Roderick O'Gorman, right? Who admits he deleted files. We're not a missing kid, Roderick. The people want to know, and that's what it is. Mary Lou MacDonald doesn't give a fuck about you, right? Holly Cairns doesn't give a fuck about you. Micheál Martin doesn't give a fuck about you. Simon Harris doesn't give a fuck about you. The only person that gives a fuck about you is you and your family. So I don't need to write my stuff down on a fucking sheet. I say it from the heart. This is our country. Yes. Does Ireland belong to? Sorry, he can't hear you open the door. Who does Ireland belong to? Did you hear that, Simon? There's thousands here. Richard, you can call all your counter protests you want, but the Irish people have had enough of that shit. It's time to look after their people. Hello, Ireland. My name is Andy Heisman, and I'm running in the European elections across Dublin. I'm also running in the local elections in Blanchardstown, Mulhullard. But let me tell you, you might remember me from closing down vaccine centres, from closing down libraries, from closing down bookshops, from being outside Leo Baxter's house, and from the countless protests and direct action that I've taken since the past 4 years. We are part of a newly formed party called the Irish People. We have 50 candidates running across Ireland. We have a national plan to take back our country. We need you to vote for nationalists across the board. If you feel like you can do something in your community, because I see people who are standing up. It's not me that's needed, it's everyone out here. Anyone who wants to run independently as a candidate for the Irish people, go to the irishpeople.org and sign up. We will help you with useless words, everything we can possibly do to get you elected. It's about the Irish people. Our children are under massive attack. Massive. Coming from the schools, coming from the libraries, and that's not to talk about the immigration problem, the housing problem, and every other kind of problem. But let me ask you a question. Does Ireland belong to Europe
Does Ireland belong to the Irish? We need to invoke Article 50 and leave Europe. That is my plan. If you vote me into Europe, I will do everything I possibly can. You know I'm a lawyer. Let me go and finish my job. Let me bring the Irish home from Europe. Let us look to our own future. No more deals with Europe. No more. We can't do it. We're overwhelmed. And Ireland has a serious problem. And it's up to the Irish people to fix it. Yeah. Hold the plan. Well, patriots, war more. It's not a cold war. It's not a military war. It's a war of attrition. They're trying to wear us down. But I see the strength in all of you. The few hundred of you that turned up today, as RTA would say. Listen, at this stage of the game, they're trying everything. They have immigrants running in their parties. One knocked on my door last week. I said to him, tell me in May 1916, General Maxwell murdered 5 men in Kilmainham jail. Name one of them. He looked at me as if I had 2 heads. I said, you don't represent me. Go wait in my door. And take Fianna Fáil and get away. Hello? The way we win this war, guys, is at the next election. On the 7th of June. We are running, there's great people that I will align with on this stage today. Fabulous warriors, hundreds of them, that have one eye on the general election. When they get into the Dáil, we will get Ireland back. But for now, we need, the pen is mightier than the sword. We need to get out and vote and clean that cesspit of a Dáil out of all those rats. Drew Harris, Robin O'Gorman, Helen McEntee, enough is enough! Is enough! Get them out! 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 Yes, I'm going to keep it short. These have been fantastic. I'm going to put you on to the next speaker now. And listen, for a meal, how good everybody? Hello, Ireland! Hello, Dublin! My name is Brian Garrigan, and my voice is nearly gone. But I'm here to support you, and I run the next local election in Dublin Inner City. Vote Brian Garrigan #1 and Garrigan #2. Where's Enoch Book? Where is he? Where's our nurses? Bring our nurses home. We should have paid them properly in the first place. And finally, 3 little words. Irish lives matter. 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 My name is Will Ball from Dublin Bay North. Come on, Michael. We want everybody here to vote for the people that are here and ask them questions to make sure they're happy with them. Right? They don't like the people that prioritize people first for housing and all facilities. So when, please God, we win in the election, what happens then? So we prepare ourselves for the general election. So the most important thing is when the rest are running, we start to amend Section 20 of the Offences Against the State Act, and we can appoint a judge and a superintendent and arrest all the traitors who are destroying our country. So, this is known as the conveyor belt system of the North and the special court in Dublin. Now, we will get the real criminals, the real traitors, they're up there today, they have to be brought upon these prisons after a judge convicts them, and the judge will be put there by all of us. When we get a chief power, like the War of Independence, we will appoint local people as justices, so that we will make sure everything is done in accordance with Irish men and Irish women. We declare the right of Ireland to Irish people. Thank you very much.
And remember, the Irish language belongs to this nation, and this cannot be lost. We now find out in the East Coast because the newcomers need two places that they'll be dropping the Irish. If you just teach your child one word of Irish every day, and let's hold this nation, our language. In 2018, they made a conscious decision to take 20,000 medical cards off the Irish people. I know people that are nearly dying in the last couple of months where their GP rang them, including me, on a phone and told me an hour before an emergency appointment for cancer that I was no longer a patient of that GP service. And I nearly lost my life due to that. We have to fight for our medical in this country. Every woman and child. This is our country. We built those hospitals. I saw 80-year-old women for 3 days on hospital trolleys at the back of Limerick A&E. It was a war zone. And when you bring in the third world, you end up with a third world healthcare. And that is where this is going. So just want to say I'm an independent candidate. This is my 5th election and I'm still standing. And there's no reason why any one of you here cannot stand beside us. And please come on out, because we will fight to the death for this country, our children. Only among us.
Hello, my name is Tom McDonald. I know you might have seen a few videos I put up. But I have a common with all of you. I have something in common. All our families, our young kids are immigrating, leaving this country. Yeah? I come from Kildare, Newbridge. Newbridge is significant. Newbridge was where the Brits set up the biggest camp in Ireland. The 38 acres in the middle of the town in Newbridge. It was the biggest army base in the world. And the colour camp had the horses and the whole lot there. Right? But what they're doing now, we see this through the globalists, they're sending in all these people into Newbridge. In the Gables, we've got 100, 150. In the monastery in Newbridge, another couple of hundred. In Air Pound, another hotel, 300. Out the road, they're putting 700 out of Chokers, the Red House, in a hotel. And in Floods Cross is just outside Naas. They're putting in 1,000 in a military base there. 1,000 in the middle of nowhere. It's 2 miles from Naas and it's about 3 miles from Newbridge. So this is no women, no children.
right? And see what the Rwanda pact, the Rwanda plan. Now they're sending in the lunatics out of jails in England and everything. They're coming in here to Belfast and they're going to create, they're going to light the fire. They're already in Kildare. Listen to this, in Kildare, Friday night, there was they had a house up the road where they didn't allow to these people. Yeah. 10 of them come into the pub and they started at the women. And they started knowing them and they started at them. The barman says, "You're not getting served." So, what happened? This is one incident. They bet up the barman. They bet up 3 or 4 young lads and left them in a coma, left them knocked out. Yeah. This is the foreigners. Straight away, what they're going to do. This is the guys who are coming into Belfast. So we got to get very quick on this. Everyone now go to the 7th of June. Go to the elections. Stand. You can still stand. 4 people in Kildare. Get up and stand. We've got 3, 4 in Newman. Oh, okay. We bought the Brits in Newman for 800 fucking years. And we push these cuts forward.
Fucking that fucking law,
How's it going, man? How's it going? My name's Leon Bradley from Phoenix, Israel. We'll be one of the white open elections in Phoenix of anybody. But just remember, make sure vote for everyone that's nationalist. Everyone's everyone else from the state. The fight against this tyranny, we have to get it stopped. Us the people, we have the power to stop it. If we all stick together, vote together, we can get there now. This is our country.
Hello, everybody. Hello, how are you? My name is Alan Crott, and I'm from Europe Says No Group. I'm not running in any elections or anything like that. I leave that up to the guys who know their onions here behind me, who spoke very well today. And I hope we all get out there and support each and every one of these guys. And you know, Herman touched on something there. He says that the majority take over this country in relation to foreign nationals, and they can actually legally abolish our constitution. So I think that's what we can do. So we have to be aware of that. But you know, when I look at the likes of what happened with Paul Connolly from New Talk FM and Spanish Sound, absolutely nothing was done about that. You know what I mean? And then I look at Enoch Brooks spending over a year in prison for his religious beliefs and everything else. There are so many wrongs happening in this country. They're signing this asylum and migrant pacts. And that's going to take away our sovereignty. It's going to give the EU a quota to say, listen, Ireland, you have to bring in 150,000 Afghans. And we only bring in 100,000, we have to pay 20,000 for every person we don't bring in for every year. So I mean, but as long as they want to move 1,000 unvetted, undocumented, no passport holders, Muslim males into the coolest Crown Prince camp on the Malahide Road. And believe you me, they will not be moving in there. And I'll just end by saying just this. There's a quote from JFK, and I think it's absolutely amazing. He says, those who make peaceful revolution impossible, which is the police, they're stopping us from making peaceful revolution impossible, will make violent revolution inevitable. That's JFK. So long as on uppers and uppers, right, I look at that.
I think we're going to wrap up the stream here. Not sure how long this is going to go on for.
My name's Alan Craig. Oh man! All I've got to say is, evil will only thrive when good men do nothing. And we need good men to stand. And the media, as soon as you put your head above the parapet, they start with a sniper fire. But I'm ready for them. Say what you want about me.
I don't run, and I'm not stopping running.
Hello, my name is Jared. My appearance here has a lot to do with the internet, to which I must simply pay homage before I go any further by telling you, today I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of gum. Yeah, my message to you is that you have already won, but you just do not understand yet. I am the man who broke your court system. I proved 7 years ago to a man called Kevin Kilrain that he was not a judge and the building he was in is not a court. I made this man admit this in front of 100 people. I'm involved in a court case on the 16th of May in Sligo Courthouse. It's not a courthouse, but that's where I shall be. If you come down there and support me, I shall prove to you, the Irish people, beyond the shadow of any doubt, that the derivation of the fictional construct that runs our country does not have a correct syntax, therefore it could not possibly be lawful. Yes. Plain and simple, you're being hoodwinked by the paperwork that this government uses, and I will prove to you beyond the shadow of any doubt. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much for listening.
Hi, my name is Amanda Gallagher, and I'm running for the Irish Freedom Party in Sligo. In the locals, and I'm better on Twitter than I am talking in front of a crowd. But anyway, look around you, see if anyone undercover, because there's a lot of people undercover these days in crowds, you know. And they look like themselves, though, you know. But anyway, just very quickly, because Malachy has a list of people, I just want to say, we've had sleepless nights over this issue for the last 6 years. It's not just the last 18 months. And I just can't believe that all of you are awake. And so many of you are awake. And I'm just so happy that you are and that you've joined us. And just to say, there was a song and dance in the media last week about the hashtag Newtown Mount Kennedy. Well, the most people using it was from America, or over 60%. And they've spent the last 18 months telling us we have to accept mass immigration because of all the people that went to America and all the other countries. And then they're surprised when people in America are concerned about what's happening here. And we get messages every day from people all over the place, and very concerned about the injustice of what's happening to the Irish people. So, and the people that should be caring about us, like Sinn Féin, Christy Moore, Emmanuel Bay, they don't care. So now we know who cares about us. Yes. So just look around you. You're not alone. When you think you're alone at night and you're wondering what the hell's going on, you're not alone. Look all the people are beside you. So that's all I want to say. I'm very happy that you're all awake. Thank you.
Well, you're all whether they have us in the league, get us here to come here after the 4 hours left.
Okay, I think we're going to wrap up the stream, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you get out and vote on the 7th of June in the local and EU elections and vote for nationalist candidates.
She's crying very far because the greedy comes in the door. I'm standing all alone. I tried to keep my head, tick tock to the culture hill. But the worst thing out they could have done was piss off the idea. We blame our problem, signing on radio. We blame our mercy on him. But they don't realize because they have their own God. It's not good. Yeah. He said, oh, welcome. Let's go, need a control, let's go, keep it.
Okay, folks, take care. Talk to you soon.
So, yeah, no.